Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. My name is Leon Jones, and this evening I'm going to do a part two on dealing with these phone scams. Now, everybody and their brother and their mother, we seem to be getting more of these scam phone calls these days. Now, as I said in the previous video, they have a spam blocker, but somehow these scammers seem to utilize different numbers. They have call centers set up outside of the United States. In fact, a number of your scammers are foreign. Now, what types of calls do they make? The types of calls that I've gotten have been taxes. They were telling me I committed tax fraud. They threatened to send the state police after me when I lived in Pennsylvania, although the call came from a 410 number, a 410 number, which that is Maryland. I used to live in Maryland, so I know all the area codes to the state of Maryland. They've also called me up about Social Security. Now, two agencies never call you. That's the IRS, and that is Social Security. Also, you get calls about Medicare and warranties and houses. And again, as I stated in the last video, some of these calls are even coming into you by way of text messaging and emailing. In fact, my logo quality control inspection services that I bought from Logo Pros, well, they don't have a legal department. So what they did, there was somebody who was posing as a lawyer, but they called me on Saturday. And these scam calls not only happen during the week, they happen during the weekends as well. Also, when you get links on your phones, don't open those links, because once you open those links, you're going to be infected with a virus. Now, tonight's video, I'm going to show you how to scam the scammers. Because one thing these scammers aren't is very smart. See, these scammers, what they do, they take everybody's information. After they buy it, they'll call, they'll hang up. And one of the worst ones that you will get is about your computer. Tell you that we found an infection in your computer. We need you to pay $2.99 to get your computer fixed. While alone, they're finding ways to get information. In fact, when I lived in Portage, Indiana, they actually hacked my AT&T account, found out it was individuals from New Jersey. Here's the problem. I knew the name, they used part of my name. The address was wrong. My last name is wrong. Didn't spell it right. Now I'm going to do more and more videos on the topic of scamming. I mean, this is real information that you should be looking out, because it's happening more and more. Remember the do not call list? And the government says use that. But how often do you have to sign up for the do not call list? See, the issue is you have a lot of individuals, particularly younger folks, who love using the devices. The problem with the devices is you sacrifice your privacy. You have many people who can get your information. And once they sell your information all over the place, you're going to get unknown calls. Let me tell you where else you're going to get calls. Watch out for the payday loans. See, once you give up your information on trying to get a payday loan online, you're going to get a number of calls about a payday loan. In fact, one of the biggest spam calls is they want you to give them a credit card. They want you to go to a store to give them your credit card to pick up the money. Now, that doesn't make sense. First of all, why should you have to pay money to get money? See, that's all a scam. But what I'm going to show you is how you can catch the scammers. I have a video here. Let me share my screen. And it's about combating scam calls. Now, just bear with me. And what I'm going to show you is how to deal with these scam calls. Because everybody gets scam calls. Now, fair use.
They're rolling out new measures today designed to reduce those relentless, irritating phone calls by scammers. Calls that sound a little bit like this.
Can you, first of all, stop crying and just get the pen and paper?
This is Officer Jonathan Knight from Revenue Canada.
The arrest warrant has been issued under your name due to the matter of tax evasion and tax fraud.
Well, many of the calls, as you are probably no doubt familiar, purport to be from government agencies such as Revenue Canada or Service Canada. Others offer services such as duct cleaning. The fraudsters usually demand some kind of payment, often in threatening tones, and it works. Phone scammers have cost Canadians more than $24 million this year. CBC senior technology reporter Thomas Daigle has been tracking the complaints and the new measures that are in effect as of today.
Sadly, John, even today, tomorrow, the next day, you're still going to be getting those fake calls from Revenue Canada, Service Canada, the police in some cases. This is not going to stop all scam calls, but it's going to target a very specific category of scam calls. I took a screenshot of a caller ID I got on a call last week. This number included a letter. It started with V205. That is exactly the kind of fake caller ID number that this new technology being rolled out now is going to block. It shouldn't even make it to your phone. Numbers with letters in them, numbers that are all zeros, or numbers with more than 15 digits. The problem, of course there's a problem, I tried it out this morning. It doesn't work perfectly yet. I used spoofing software that can be found online to try to place a call from a number with more than 15 digits. It showed up on the caller ID as only having 15 digits. So the number.
Let me pause the video. Now, you already heard right there from taxes and government agencies. Now, government agencies do not call you. Now, of course, this is from the CBC in Canada, but the same thing is happening here in America. Now, there are different ways you can spoof your phone, but again, these scammers find a way to get around. You're going to continue to get these annoying calls. Now, the problem is, what can we do about it? Well, first of all, I would say when it comes to your social media account and your emails, don't send your email out to everybody. And don't put all of your information out on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, because you have individuals that are going to get your information and are going to sell your information and they're going to steal your identity. Now, these scams are real. And of course, this video, I don't expect it to get a lot of views, and that's okay. But what I'm giving you is a real world event that's taken place. Not a lot of people, particularly in the Black sector of YouTube, they're talking about this. You want real news, you're going to get it right here from the 411 Talk Zone radio show. Too many of us are on our phones every day. And when you're getting spammers, you're going to get hackers. And if they don't find a way through your phone, they're going to find their way through your email, and they're going to find their way through texting you. Now, again, this news clip is out of Canada, but the information that's going on in Canada, the spammers, it's going on here in the United States. This gentleman from the CBC is going to give you more information. Fair use.
Still, the call still went through, so it's not really going to make a difference in this case for the person receiving the call.
My next guest, a cybersecurity expert and author of the Canadian Cyber Fraud Handbook. Is there anything that the rest of us consumers can do in the meantime, as these various plans get sort of put in place, that we can do to stop at least some of these calls from waking us up or calling us during dinner?
Right. Well, one of my best pieces of advice is to treat it like spam. I think a lot of us have been used to seeing spam in our inboxes over the past year, and we've seen that some of them are just obvious, right? If you don't recognize who's writing, or if you see broken characters in the subject line, or if anything suspicious about it rings a bell, you can delete it right away. And therefore, the equivalent would be just don't answer the phone. In some cases, you will open a spam message just in case it might be from your bank. And then it becomes obvious because it looks like an urgent message that says your bank account might be closing. And so that kind of phishing messages, we're kind of used to that. And we can easily hang up on them if we think along those same lines. Again, over the past decade, we've heard all sorts, and we know that these robocalls and these scammers are calling, and sometimes we pick up the phone and there's a 3-second delay after you say hello. Well, it's usually safe to hang up at that point. So I agree with Jeff from the Canadian Anti-Fraud Center, who said just hang up. In many cases, I will let it simply go to voicemail and pick it up 5 minutes later or at my convenience. It can't be that urgent that if I don't recognize a number, I'm going to miss out on some huge opportunity. Or in my case, be deported, as I've received calls to threaten me with deportation. And I said, to where exactly? And they said, well, never mind that, we're going to deport you. So treat it like spam, ignore it, delete it, hang up on these callers, and whatever you do, don't call them back if you suspect that they might be fraudulent.
That's true. Now, something that you can do, look at 1-800-NOTES. Because what I do, I will go ahead and put that number to see if there is a chance that I can find it out through the reverse call. And what the reverse call does, within that number, it's usually could be an 800 number. Now, most of them are not. It used to be toll-free numbers that would call us via the spam. Now it's numbers in your particular region. Now, what I mean in your particular region, I'm talking about your area code. Now, of course, my area code starts with 610. That's Allentown, Reading, those areas. Now, I don't even live in Pennsylvania anymore. I live in Lafayette, Indiana. I just kept my same number because it was cheaper. Now, however, I'm getting calls from that area. And generally, an individual, they will call you. And sometimes they will call you using somebody else's phone number, because I've actually called the phone number of the person they were using. And I said, hey, did you call my number? And they'll say, no, I didn't. And I said, well, you know, somebody is using your phone number to scam people. Now, let me share my screen again. And what I'm going to do is just bear with me. as let me not share this. Let me stop the share right here and go back. Just bear with me because this is important information. And I believe that if you don't know what's going on out here, this is when you will get scammed. And there are a lot of us getting scammed. Now, going back to everything, as I stated before, now I can go back and share my screen again. Not with that screen, however. A different screen here. Here we go. Now we have
in today's scam bait video, I'm going to be letting these scammers know that I'm watching them. I know their bosses' names, I know their location of their building, and I know what they're doing in that building. You know, you have guys like Samrat Bakshi, and you have guys like Krishnendu Bishnu that are running scams back in Kolkata, literally right here at the Godrej Genesis building. And this is all happening near the Weeble IT Park and Salt Lake Sector 5. Just like in cybersecurity, hackers, when they get found out, they'll go quiet for a little bit into stealth mode, and they'll figure out a new way and then come back. The scammers are always changing the way that they do their scams, the different companies that they're using. The Genesis building's been a hotbed for a while. They've gone away from Genesis, but now they're back. And these scammer bosses like Bakshi and Krishnendu Bishnu, they don't want people to think that their money is dirty. So if they think that there's a raid coming, if they think that somebody's exposing their fake business, their shady business, then they'll shut everything down, go quiet. They'll maybe have their guys go to a different city or state, and then they'll run their regular business. They're literally running a legit business during the day at the Genesis building, and then at nighttime, they're stealing millions of dollars from Americans. It's crazy.
Please wait while we connect your call.
Hello.
Yes, I'm looking for the Norton Billing Department.
Yeah, this is not in cancellation helping desk, sir. How can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. So I have an email from you guys about an invoice. It's like $326.72. Some kind of auto renewal. I don't want to use this anymore, please.
You want to cancel the subscription and refund the money, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. These scammers here, they have different groups. So some of them run the Norton refund scam. Some of them run Amazon. Some of them even run PayPal. And they have different groups, different shifts. And
let me stop it right here. Yes, they do run. Now, I'm not familiar with the Norton, but I am familiar with the Amazon because they tried to stick me up for some helmet. And I don't even order helmets. Like, what am I going to use a helmet for? I'm not a firefighter. I'm not a bike rider, and I don't play football. But they wanted me to pay $472. In fact, Amazon said they were going to take the money out of my credit card. Well, first of all, I don't even have a credit card on file for Amazon and PayPal. I don't even have anything with PayPal. And what they will do, they will tell you that your account has been restricted. Now, what you have to do is look out for the signs. You have to, I check my bank account because people can hack your credit card account. Do you know another scam? If you go and get air and some of these pumps out here, these air pumps, even some of these gas pumps, they have something that can read your credit card. And once people get your credit card, they can go in your account and they can buy anything with your credit card, and you don't even know that they're hacking you. Well, this is the same thing that happens with the phone. Now, I want you to pay attention because these guys are going to tell you how to catch the scammers. Fair use. Let's continue.
They have different end results that they want. These scammers that I'm dealing with in particular, they're going to be running the Norton refund scam, and their goal is to steal all the money out of my Bank of America account. Well, at least $25,000 of it.
for a cancellation, can you confirm me that you have any device like computer or a laptop in your home?
I do. How did you know that I have a computer though? I guess you guys can see that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Can you
Okay.
go front of your computer, sir? Then I'll help you out.
Yes, ma'am. What is your name, ma'am?
So my name is Sam Williams.
Oh, Sammy. Nice to meet you. My name is Brandon. Is Sammy short for Samantha?
Can you open up Google Chrome? In the very top, you have to type only lowercase G like a George, G like a George. There is a two G's. Okay. Can you read back to me what you type over here?
Yeah, it says gg.gg/support2022.
And paste.
Now, you know, he called himself Sam. Let's just be honest. I don't know, and I might be sounding stereotypical here. I don't know too many guys with that foreign accent named Sam. That should be the first clue that you're being scammed. And when he told this gentleman to type gg.gg/support, generally you would type Microsoft.com.support, not gg.gg. Fair use. Let's continue.
Press the enter key, then you see our Norton website comes on your screen.
I see some
What can you
website
see?
with two ladies on it. One's holding a red mug.
Yeah.
The other one's pointing
Yeah,
at
a
a
little bit,
computer.
yeah.
This site was
A little
designed
bit-
by Wix.com, Nortron support.
Little bit scroll down your screen, then you see your cancellation code, where you have to generate a cancellation code for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see that. I clicked on that.
Uh,
It says
left-hand
open
bottom
link in
corner.
new tab, open link
Yeah.
in new window, open link
No, sir.
incogito. Oh, no, never mind. It says awesome.
What can you see on your screen right now?
Do you want to allow the following program to make changes to
Yeah.
your device? And then it says awesome.
click on,
And then it says
yeah,
yes or no.
Yeah, click on yes. And you see the my device ID, which is zero, starting with a zero. You see
Yeah,
that?
I see that.
And below that, you see the passcode. There's
Yeah,
a
it's just
dot.
1,
You
2,
see
3.
that?
It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I have to verify you. And so right now, what can you see on your screen?
Samantha, it says Nortron support, get support to cancel your subscription, working, shopping,
Yeah.
banking from home, help protect your
Yeah,
personal
click,
information with Nortron
so listen,
360, including a secure VPN.
Just little bit scroll down. You have to go up very fast over there. Just little bit scroll, and you see cancellation form. Just
I see
over
discover.
there. There is a room. Little bit upward scroll,
Okay.
and then you see the cancel. Little bit scroll down. Little bit scroll down. You
Right here?
no. What can you see? Open a new tab. You know how to open a new tab?
It says restore, move, size, minimize. Oh, wait, hold on.
Open a new tab,
Okay, I did that.
and you have to type again G like a George.
Okay, it
Yeah,
says
you have to see
cancellation
the
and refund farm.
Yeah, I give you the cancellation code and click the next.
All right, it says back, forward, reload, save as, print, cast.
Click on next, and then you see your cancellation and refund form comes on your page. Meanwhile, I transfer this call our accounts manager, and he will continue the process and help you to cancel the subscription. Okay?
087.
Thanks for
What's the ID?
thanks for holding a line. This is Sean. I'm from the accounts team, and I'm going to guide you further. Okay?
Sean?
John, it's John.
Oh.
J-O-H. You want me to tell you the cancellation ID, right?
Yes.
It's a cancellation ID which is 087. Then click on submit. But it says refund team will get in touch with you shortly. What you have to do, you have to log into your online banking from your computer, and you have to check that have you received any funds from our end yet or not. Take your time, and when you're logged in, just let me know.
All right, what do I need to click on?
You have to go to your checking account, sir. All right, go to your checking account.
All right, why is everyone talking about food in the background?
Sir, I'm just sitting on my office now. All right, so that is the reason.
I know,
okay?
but they're all talking about food. That's why it's kind of odd to me. It's
Food.
yeah.
What kind of food?
Well, one of the reasons why they're sitting back there talking about food, because they're in a fake call center. They're probably in some building, and they're tag teaming it up, calling everybody to try to scam them out of millions of dollars. Of course, when you deal with these spammers, you have to deal with them head on. I've had some that called me and they call themselves police officers. Now, first of all, when you have a debt, we are not a debtor's prison. You cannot go to jail for owing a debt. They tried to tell me I owed a debt and they're coming to arrest me. First of all, they didn't know the law. Some of them set up as a fake debt collection agency. The bottom line here is we all get on the computers every day. Your phone is a computer. So we need to learn some cyber security. We need to learn about phishing. We need to learn about malware. A lot of us don't know that. We take everything for granted. And these hackers, these spammers know that. They want to catch you when you least expect it. Fair use. Let's continue.
Breakfast, food, and booze. You guys were talking about food and booze like all night.
First of all, no one is talking about food right now. All right, you have to go to your checking account first. So just
I don't see anything on here. I honestly don't see anything on here.
My payment gateway is going to activate on your system, and it may be possible you can see, a black screen. When you can see a black screen, just let me know. If you can see any black
now
screen,
I can. What yeah, I can.
Yeah, this is my payment gateway which is activated right now. So that is the reason you can see a black screen. Okay. So we are going to transfer the funds right now, and you have to look. You have to write down some codes. Your first code will be your refund code, which is starting with T like Thomas, then Q like Queen, then C like Charlie, then Q like Queen.
What kind of code has Q and C constantly in it? Are those your favorite letters?
Sir, are you kidding with me right now?
No, you keep saying the same letters over and over. How is that?
You see, the scammer's getting upset because he's already been found out. When you have a repetitive code, that's a red flag. So he's already been caught. Now, going back to the food, he caught him talking about food. What's happening? He's pieced everything together. He knows what's going on. Everybody needs to understand. You cannot allow your privacy to go out the door. Don't take everything for granted. Now, again, too many of us are using our devices, and our devices can be hacked. And when it comes to these spam calls, we're all going to get them. What we don't want to do, just now, Brandon, the gentleman in this computer, he did make one mistake. You don't show everybody your bank account. That is hell to the no. Because you're going to give spammers access to that bank account, especially when you're showing your numbers. What I'm doing is telling you how to properly secure yourself when it comes to spam calls, spam emails, and spam text messages. Fair use. Let's continue.
Is that a code?
Sir, I'm giving you codes. I'm giving you codes. All right.
These were the nuclear codes, and China could figure out the codes in 2 seconds.
I told you, sir. I told you this is your refund code. All right. Don't you understand a simple thing? Repeat me the whole thing.
TQCQL CQL Q111 VCDQFCQ.
Now you have to write down your transaction code.
Okay.
It's starting with T like Thomas, then C like Charlie.
Let me guess. L
or Lima.
Yes, I knew it. I knew it was L. Now, these guys are literally across the world from me, and it's fun for me to poke at them a little bit. So you'll see times where I try to kind of piss them off, and it's very satisfying. It's very fun to see them frustrated because, again, we're on two different parts of the world. They're trying to steal money from me, and I'm trying to get information on them. So it's this cat and mouse game that's fun when you see that they're really getting on edge, they're really frustrated, and they're really angry at me. And you can hear it in this video, in this specific call. The scammer gets so pissed, you'll hear the headset kind of rumbling. That means that they're taking it off and passing it to somebody. So another scammer will come on the line.
What you can see on a computer screen, sir, don't click anywhere.
I see banking server. Hold on, let me minimize this.
Don't minimize it. Don't minimize it.
Bank of America.
Sir, do you want your refund money?
I do. I'm not. The thing is minimizing around. Someone's clicking on my screen.
I told you do not click anywhere. Don't
I'm not clicking anywhere. Laura?
Then why did you minimize that?
I didn't minimize anything. I literally moved my mouse.
All right. Type over your name.
Okay.
You have to type over your refund amount, which is 250. Don't put anything. Don't put anything, sir, right now. Sir, why you're putting everything? Why you're putting everything?
Because that's the refund amount.
Sir, I told you don't put anything right now. Don't you understand? Are you a math person?
Well, actually, yes,
Just
I
tell
am.
me. Yeah, you sounds like that. And your behavior is too.
All it said on the screen was refund amount, and it's $326.70.
Yeah, we are going to transfer you $25 to $50 right now. Just start 250. That's it.
Fair use. Now, he was looking for $326 back. They said they were going to transfer $250. He's talking about a madman. This scammer is the madman because he's being caught. And generally, when you get caught, now he's up there, something about 2,500. See, the numbers are different as well. And if you look at what it's saying, it's not recognized as an internal or external operable program or batch file. Really? The reason why? Because there's really no money to be transferred. Now, this gentleman, Brandon, he's just toying with it. And sometimes this is what you have to do to those scammers. I enjoy cursing them out myself. I call them up. I've called them and I told them I was a lawyer and they shut it down real quick. See, with these scammers, you can't be afraid of them because they want my money, but I want to put them out of business. So what he is showing you is how to attack these guys. Don't run away from them. And last week, I showed you an elderly woman who got scammed out of a lot of money. Don't fall for the scams of, I call them empathy. They'll tell you that somebody in your family is dying. Don't fall for that. And I'm doing a lot of these videos, and this all started with the video that I did on panhandling, because nobody is really recognizing the scams that go on out here. And these scams are affecting all of us because there's a lot of money that you have these scoundrels making from our ignorance. Fair use. Let's continue.
And why you're keeping hit the enter key? What did you type in it? Can you let me know?
$250, and I hit enter, but it says 2,500.
You're not supposed to do that.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
Well, he didn't tell me anything. This guy, whoever the Steve guy on there, is being a jerk.
He's having trouble to understanding you, and that's why he just passed the call over to me.
Yeah, and he kept calling me Lauda. He kept calling me Lauda for some reason.
I apologize for that.
What does Lauda mean?
What is loud to you?
No, what is Lauda?
I did loud.
What does the word Lauda mean?
You know what does that mean? Is that? Shall I give you the explanation?
Yes.
I don't think so. It's necessary for me to give the explanation, sir.
Okay.
On the refund amount, you have to put only 250.00, 250 at a time.
All right, 250.
You made a mistake, and I didn't ask you to click on enter.
Well, you didn't say not to.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Don't make the mistake once again. I asked you on the refund amount. Listen to me before you type. It have to be typed 250.00. Type it now.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, you make too many mistakes in there. All right, which you're not supposed to do. All right. And if you see any messages or anything that comes up at the bottom on the screen, just let us know.
Knowing the information that I do know about the scammers, it gives me a little bit more leeway to kind of troll them. And the reason why I'm not even going to be using a voice changer is because I have such good information on these guys. And there's some confidence that I have here that I have aces in my pocket. I already know everything about them already. So if they want to call me out, then I'll just call them out at the end.
Now have a look. Do not click anywhere. Have a look. You can see there's a deposit of $25,000. Do you see that?
Wait, what?
You make too many typing errors, sir. You type 250, then you type 25, then you type couple of things. Maybe due to that fluctuations or something, you got the wrong amount of money.
Due to a flatulation? No. I don't have. How did you know that I have gas? Due to flatulation?
Sorry? If you make a mistake, we got a red signal automatically, sir.
Okay, but you said
I'm
due to
talking about the
flatulation.
black
That's
box.
what I'm saying. How did you know that I'm on medicine for that?
I want to say that maybe you have typing error or something, and you make too many mistakes before that. So I think that's the reason you got an overpayment like this.
But here's the key. He said he already had the 25,000. So there was really no money to transfer. See, he's screwing around with the scammer. The scammer has gotten discombobulated. And this is how you have to handle him. Now, he's not doing what I normally do. And you can ask Tony Jean here. I'm ready to cuss him out. I'm always telling him, cut that bullshit out. And I don't have a problem doing it. I mean, I call him every name in the book. But if you keep a swivel head, these guys will submit to you. See, the scammer is getting upset right now because he's really not saying anything. Everything that is being done is exposing the scammer. And if you don't understand what's going on, you're going to be taken for a long ride. And this is what I'm trying to help you with, because money is tight these days. And after the Rona, you have a lot more scammers coming out. And what they want to do, they want to feast on the stupid out here. I'm trying to tell you, don't be stupid. That's why this is one of the best channels to come for some information like this. So in the meantime, let's finish watching this. See what happens to the scammer. Fair use.
All right.
Okay.
So we have to recover that. The money which you got, this is actually come from my payment headquarters. They are situated in Peru.
It's not in Bengal or somewhere like that?
Where is it?
In West Bengal?
No, it's not.
On the
It's
12th
not.
floor? You're not on the 12th floor?
No, it's not. Fucking idiot. What are you talking about?
You're not on the 12th floor?
No.
You don't,
it's on your dead.
You don't work for Krishnendu Bishnu?
No.
Are you sure?
No, who the fuck you are?
You don't work for Krishnendu, do you?
No, we are not.
Really?
And who is the hell?
So you're not in room 1203 right now?
You, man.
You're not in room 1203?
Sorry, the number you dialed is not in service. Please.
Wow, they shut it down? They shut the number down
quickly.
Sorry, the number you dialed is not.
They shut that crap down fast. So there's
the man got nabbed like a bee getting hit or a fly getting hit with a fly swatter. This is how you handle the scammers, because he's been found out, he's been compromised. He's over there in India, but he says the money is coming from Peru. Now, you think about this. Peru is all the way in Latin America, where Bangladesh is all the way in India. The bottom line is, when you give your information out, people are going to sell your information, and this is how they spam you. But if you're smart, you can always catch the spammers in a lie. That's why they shut it down. Fair use.
A scam call center that's out of a scam call center that's in Kolkata, and there's a hierarchy of scammers that are working out of the Genesis building. They're actually on floor 12. There's a genuine process that's run in the morning, and then there's a scam that's run at night. And there's a guy, Krishnendu Bishnu, who is kind of like one of the main guys over there. There's also Samrat Bakchi, which is another one. And then they work for a really, really big time guy. But that's the hierarchy there. And some of them are there during the day, some of them are not. And then they have these middle manager guys that run the scams and everything. I called that guy out specifically on that. They were speaking some Bengali. We heard them as well. They didn't seem to like that. And then when I called them out on it, they were like, no, we're not, that's not us. Idiots. We've worked hard to get the information that we have and collecting it and giving it to the feds, or being able to collect packages and intercept packages, and being able to have the information specifically on where they are and where they're running the scams out of, I think it's very unique and it's very powerful. They freak out when they're talking to you first off on the phone, and then they'll hang up on you. They'll block the number. They'll shut down the call center for the day. They'll do a bunch of different things. And that's just validation that they're spooked and they're freaking out. Moving forward, we've heard that a lot of them have left from Kolkata and they've moved over to Hyderabad. So we have some videos in the future of scammers that have moved over to Hyderabad. They're actually coming from Kolkata to Hyderabad, commuting up there and living up there and doing their scams. So we're following you guys wherever you go. It's really interesting to follow these scams and see how they work. Our goal is to make you aware of them so that you do not get scammed. And we're learning a lot ourselves as we go through the process. But I want to thank you so much for watching. Please consider joining and becoming a member. It really helps support our fight against scammers. Thank you for watching, and don't get scammed.
And check out the spammer or the scammer payback. And I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on this because this is serious information. Because it's happening to all of us. And I'm going to be learning more about how this process is going as well. And I'm going to get into how they spam you with debt collection, credit cards, loans, Social Security, you name it. Because you come to the best channel for this kind of information. Because you don't have anybody in this sector doing this type of information. This information is powerful. But let me get back on track. In the long run, what I'm here is to give you information on what's going on out here in the real world and why you're getting these spam calls. And we're going to continue to get more and more spam calls. In the early part of the 2000s, they had the do not call list. In my humble opinion, that doesn't work. And these companies, most of them are foreign companies, and watch the Nigerian scams too. Some of those dating sites have those scams on there, and they're scamming people out of $4,000 and $5,000. And what they do, they always hit the vulnerable and the ignorant people. And for individuals out there, when it comes to the debt collection scams, they'll utilize the phone because you can scare individuals on the phone by your tone and by different words. Now you see during this video, Brandon from the Scammers Payback channel, once you get these guys to start cussing, you already know they're no longer legitimate. They have been found out. And these individuals, think about these scammers, they travel. I could be sitting home in my house running a scam. And if I'm found out, and they can also catch you, see with computers, they have an IP address. Because a lot of these calls, these robocalls, they're also made from computers as well. Automatic dialers. But I hope you enjoyed this video. There's more content to come. I just want you all to watch your devices. Don't give up your privacy so easy. so easily because it's costing time and money. And once again, I'd like to thank you for listening to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. Also, if you're looking for some educational content, check out my second channel, the QCIS channel. On that channel, you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, if you cannot find me on YouTube, and I'm talking about both channels, QCIS channel and the 411 Talk Zone radio show channel, always check me out on Twitter. Now for the QCIS channel, I take it one step further since it's an educational channel, and also find that channel on my LinkedIn page. And in the end, I'm going to leave you with this. Be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. And once again, thank you for listening to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. You ought to have a wonderful and gracious evening. God bless you. I'm out.